Hello to my Newington College family and friends. I just want to take a few moments and just have a chat about some recent developments that have happened at the college, which are of concern to a number of people. And like everything in life, there are a few different camps. There are some people who don't care about it at all, and there are some people who support it, and there are some people like myself that are aghast at how a decision like this could ever have even been contemplated, let alone supported and passed by the school council and the headmaster. So the issue that I'm talking about is one that's been publicised in the media and was sprung upon most people, and that is to transition a school that has 160 years of tradition as being a boys' school, a school that was founded, that was grown, developed by people's efforts, money, in order to provide education for boys and young adult men. Never in the past was it ever contemplated that Newington College, a GPS school, a rugby school, a place where rugby was first played between Newington College and Sydney University, and the boys' schools, Newington College and King's School. But as of a couple of weeks ago, there was a decision made to introduce girls into the school, which fundamentally alters and changes everything about Newington College, who it is, what it stands for, and like many of us, we just don't understand how a decision like this can be made, because it basically destroys the fabric of the school. It basically takes our past. It takes a constant in our lives, in a world that constantly changes. But we, like most people, had one constant that we could hold on to and be sure about, and that constant would be that Newington College would continue to be the fine educational institution that would provide educational experiences to help boys turn into young men and help them along the way, and provide a bonding experience with other boys, other people who are traversing and going through similar sort of life challenges. And as I said, to provide that constant that could be passed on from generation to generation, as I said, in a world that is constantly changing. We always thought that Newington College would remain Newington College and not be changed in a way that's going to fundamentally and dramatically alter who it is, how it operates, and the product that it delivers. Because for those that don't understand, for those who haven't been parents, for those who haven't lived the Newington experience, we all know that there is a fundamental and tremendous difference between boys and girls. It's only when you become a parent that you realise that boys and girls are dramatically different in terms of how they learn, how they interact, how they grow, how they develop, how quickly they grow and develop compared to boys of similar sort of ages, and that they need their particular spaces in order for them to excel, to learn, and to, I guess, gain from their peers. You know, taking a boys' school, a traditional boys' school, a traditional rugby school, a school that has tremendous traditions, and trying to shoehorn it and make it like any other public school is a crime. It is an injustice, to say the least. I see it, and a lot of others see it as well. But of course, there are many people who are silenced, who don't have the courage to speak up, or those who just don't even care anymore because they've been silenced, they've been gagged over the years. But my concern is for the future sons of Newington, the boys who need to be in a school like Newington, to be able to take and to interact and transact with other boys, and to have their special environment, their special space to help them grow, develop, and become the best version they can of themselves, without being distracted by having, you know, certain restrictive educational policies, without being distracted with girls in the classroom. And as I say, I'm not against girls, but what we are for are the Newington boys, to give them an opportunity to make the most of this asset, this institution that has hundreds of years of systems, processes, successes, failures as well. But there's all this learning that's been captured by this institution that I fear will be tossed out, the baby being tossed out with the bath water. So I guess what I'm trying to do is trying to rationalise it in my own mind, and to make sure that other people understand that it's okay to be a boy. It's okay to be a Newington boy. It's okay to be proud of the institution known as Newington College, and to not have to, be pressured into changing what you've got, because what we have with Newington is unique, is special, is incomparable to any other school, any other product. And as I say, some people seem to think that it's inevitable for all boys' schools to become co-ed. But we ask a simple question: why? Why does a boys' school have to become co-ed? Why aren't girls' schools busy chasing this woke agenda? Why don't girls want to have boys in their schools, and yet people seem to think it's okay to take a school that is uniquely a boys' school and turn it into a co-ed institution? As I say over and over again to myself, even if every school in the world transitioned to co-ed, it doesn't mean that Newington needs to transition to co-ed. Newington can go on forever and ever being Newington College, being who it is, and not feeling in any way, shape or form that the product that it has developed and the example that it sets needs to be altered, needs to be changed, needs to be watered down, because an inauthentic Newington will be impotent, won't be able to deliver on what it's delivered on in the past. By developing strong, confident, capable, young male leaders, people who can take responsibility, to take and to fulfill their duty in society, and not to feel ashamed, not to feel that that privilege, that gift is something that they shouldn't be proud of. The whole world seems to be changing, but the whole world doesn't seem to be improving. And as I've mentioned on other vlogs, we have divorce rates that are through the roof. We have suicide rates amongst young men that are sadly increasing. We've got all of these challenges, and yet instead of increasing the focus and trying to leverage and for Newington to be an example to others in terms of how to get it right, we're trying to cancel Newington, to cancel Newington's past, to cancel Newington's traditions and make them modern in a damaged way. That's my opinion, but I know that that opinion is shared by many concerned parents, many concerned old boys. But like everything in life, people are too scared to talk up for fear of being knocked down, for fear of being silenced. But when I went to Newington, the thing that I learnt more than anything else is that everybody has a right to have a say, and you shouldn't feel ashamed of sticking up for the things that you believe in. And it's sad to see an institution, a school, a wonderful school that has provided so much to so many, has created leaders, has created sports stars, has changed society in many positive ways, think that it's no longer relevant, no longer popular, no longer ticks the right boxes. But I say to that, that's all rubbish. Newington is a great school. Being a boy is something that is something to be proud of, not to be ashamed of, and doing all that you can to support and to carry on the tradition, to be a strong link in a long chain that can't be broken, is the mark of a Newington boy. And for that reason, the call to action to all Newington boys and Newington old boys and parents is to stand up, be heard, and don't be a pushover. Because if you don't stand for anything, you will fall for everything. Your boys will fall for everything. And what we need to do is we need to be the voice of the future Newington sons, the future self, the future Newington boys, who, if Newington goes co-ed, means that there'll be one less school available to be able to provide at education, a specific education to help boys grow into men, and not only to grow into men, but to grow into fine men who are going to help shape and create advantage in society for all people, to have strong voices and not to be crowded out by the wokeness that is taking over the world as we see it today. By all means, let all the other schools go co-ed. There's a lot of public schools who are pushing to go co-ed. A lot of boys' schools. Let them experiment. Let them do that. But we saw in this year's HSC the great advantage that single-sex schools have in creating excellence, not only in sport, but also in all the other areas of education. While single-sex schools like Newington are not ideal for everybody, there is a niche, there is a market for schools like Newington, and I look back on my years, I fondly look back on my years at the college and can safely say that they were the best years of my life. They helped me grow, develop and build the strengths that I needed, and the love of education, the love of traditions, and the love of being part of a team, part of a unique team, and to carry those values and to build on those values and to depend on those values throughout my working career and my life and family life. Anyway, stay strong, Newington community. Don't give up. One of the big challenges that we face is that they're just waiting and hoping that we go away. It's school holidays time. There is no pressure on the college to respond to any of our letters or any of our requests. I've been in the school environment with other public schools and other private schools, should I say, and I remember the school principal of the girls' school that my daughters went to said that a school is not a democracy, but an autocracy, where the leaders of the school council, the school principal, are the ones who make the decisions, and they can always say that we're making these decisions for the benefit of the school, and you don't know what's happening, what agendas there are behind the scenes. So we need to push, and we need to push hard, and we need to keep on pushing, because as I say, there could be a situation where we just get completely ignored, and then we just start creating our own self-doubt, where we start to fear, start to spread or feed off the uncertainty and doubt that is created by the system, because I know that it will be very, very hard being a parent and having your children in a school system and being seen as somebody rocking the boat. But at the end of the day, your children and the future children, the future sons of Newington, are the ones whose I guess futures are at risk. And if we don't act as one, if we don't care for the school, if we don't care for them, then we're going to be fed upon by those who are going to try and cancel and try and ridicule and try and show us up as being dinosaurs, as being misogynists, as being different and old-fashioned and troublemakers. But it's the other way around. The others who are trying to change Newington are the troublemakers. Let's remember that. They're the ones who are taking something that works, something that is tremendously successful in many ways, and they're trying to change it, not necessarily improve it, but change it in a way that's going to disadvantage the future sons of Newington. Take care, and we'll chat again. Bye for now.